Hey everyone, welcome back to Spark Planner Life. So I am feeling really inspired from watching one of the NaNoWriMo diaries from Heart Breathings. So Sarah, she was talking about she was going on a writing retreat, and with that I got inspired that I am going to do my own little writing retreat, but obviously it will be at home. And so with that, I'm doing it in conjunction with building my writing stamina. So that is, I would say, the biggest struggle I have is I will get really, really inspired and then I'll write for a few days and then it kind of lulls and then I won't write for a few weeks. And so I need to build up the frequency as well as finding what's the best time. So is it better for me to write for 10 minutes or is it better to write for a full 30 minutes or an hour at a given time? And so I'm going to be testing that out while doing my, writing retreat. And with that, I'm also going to be challenging myself different times during the day. So, like for example, this morning I wrote at 6 a.m. and I think it was really good. I had I wrote about like 180 words in 25 minutes, which is pretty not a lot. But that's okay because, right, I got to build up. And so with that, I am going to be doing this little experiment while dedicating a space for writing solely. So right now I am in my office. So this is where I do all things related to planning, filming, and I have my computer set up, but I think I need to have a designated writing space so I could segregate my brain from planning, entrepreneur, productivity, all that, goal setting, and just getting words written on page. And then like editing is a different part in like your brain versus like writing. So my editing could happen here because I got 2 monitors for my computer, so I could have that here, but I think I just need more of the creativity someplace else. And also with planning, it gets messy. You have pens everywhere, stickers everywhere, lots of paper, and I think that kind of makes the creativity kind of gets flustered, and so we don't want that. So that is the goal. So we are going to jump right into the writing treat. Hope you guys enjoy. Guys, so we are on day 1 of my challenge. So I have in my my author planner is we are the night owl. So I am going to be starting writing at 7:30, which it's 7:31 right now, or 7:32. So I'm going to do 3 sprints of 15 minutes with a 5-minute break in between. So that is kind of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be tracking my words. So what I have is my writing space. So I'm going to be testing out to see if I work better in this room versus my office. So I have my tablet set up with a, right here I have one of those extensions because this doesn't have anything, so I just have the USB-C, which is where my mouse is. So I'm definitely going to need to get just a generic Bluetooth mouse so I don't have to have that attached. And I got my other phone, which I will be having the timer, as well as this awesome ambiance that I'm going to have because it'll be some jazz music. And I have my plotting notebook right here. I have my water, And you might be thinking this looks like a Stanley Cup, which it's very similar to the size and everything, but let's just say it's a lot cuter. So I got water with that. And before I get sprinting, so I'm actually going to be starting behind schedule, is I'm going to take Tux out to go on his evening walk, which is where I'm going to be kind of thinking of the scene that I'm going to be writing, and then we are going to get started. Okay, it is my first break. I set it for 5 minutes, and looking, I got 298 words, so I'm going to write that down on my sheet of paper. So now what I'm going to do is take this rest of these 4 minutes and plot down kind of the next scene. I'm kind of at a struggle right now. So essentially Millie, the main character, she is putting now all the pieces together. So she just found out from doing a little internet research that someone went to prison, and so now my struggle is figuring out what she's gonna go from that. So is she gonna go to the sheriff and go talk to Detective Perez about what she found out, or is she maybe going to go snoop at the guy's house? And I'm thinking that would be more kind of exciting, like she shows up. She does like to do some stakeouts, so maybe she's going to do a little stakeout, and then maybe she finds something out while observing. Still haven't figured that out, and that is, I think, what my biggest struggle is I need plot things a little more thoroughly is I have an overall story of what my main things that need to happen. Like, I know who the killer is, but I just don't know all the little details, and I think that is what I'm struggling with. So I have like 4 chapters straight, and then my book will be done. So I'm on chapter 20, and I've already finished the wrap up, which is on chapter 24. So I'm so close. It's just how do I put it all together? But I like the stakeout idea. See, it's all about kind of discussing ideas, and it kind of now has me thinking of some other things that could happen. Hopefully that wasn't really a spoiler, but who knows, because it might not even happen in the book. But if you are interested, I guess, kind of told you what was going to happen. But, I think that's kind of fun as well. Okay, so I got a minute left, and I'm going to write down some notes, and then the timer will be going off, and then we'll move on to sprint number 2. Okay, so my sprints are done, so now I'm just going to fill out the sheet here, and what we have are the 3 different writing sprints, the word count I got, and then it also asks like writing at this time of day felt, did the length and the breaks work. So with that, okay, so I had 298 plus 333 plus 272. So I wrote 903 words in the 45 minutes, which is not terrible. So writing at this day felt So by 8:30, so that last sprint, I was kaput. So close. Let me scoot back. Okay, so 903 words for 45 minutes is great. But what this kind of made me realize is 15 minutes is great. I was able to write the whole entire time of 15 minutes. I thought the flow was really good. But the time of day, I am just not a night writer. And this isn't too late. I know there's people out there that write around like 10 p.m. to like midnight. I just can't. I'm definitely a morning person. So that is what I'll be going on to tomorrow morning. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, tomorrow morning we are doing 10-minute sprints instead of 15, and we'll see if I do any better with 10 minutes. My goal is to start, I think, around the 6 a.m. So then I'll be finished around 6:45. So I'll be perfect to get it all done before my actual day starts with getting ready for work and everything. So stay tuned for day 2 on this writing challenge. And for my writing space, one thing I've noticed is I do like that it is designated to the writing. However, the chair height is too short for the desk, and so my my arms are kind of at an awkward angle, so it's not that comfortable to type. So that is something to think about when you're using another space for strictly writing, is that it might not be the most comfortable setup, but it is solely focused. So when you're getting in the zone, I'm in the zone because this is my writing place. So trying to get that flow state going. But anyways, let's do day 2. Hey guys, it is day 2 of my writing challenge. So it is the 6 a.m. writing, 6:05 to be exact. And my goal is to write 3 writing sprints of the good all 10 minutes each. So I have my timer, and I'm still on my chapter 20. So I'm going to hopefully finish chapter 20 done with these last 3 sprints. And the story's coming together. They're going on their stakeout. And I'm excited to see what happens there. And this time Aunt Ro is going. So it's kind of exciting because she was all bummed she missed the last one. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, there we have it. I just finished up my 3 writing sprints, and I did a little calculation here. So comparing from day 1, which was 45 minutes, starting around 7:45 p.m. Versus our 30 minutes starting at 6:04 a.m. And it turned out that I wrote about 2 words per minute more in this morning versus in the evening. So I think I am definitely a morning writer. And what I'm thinking is 10 minutes, I think, might be too short, because 2 out of the 3 sprints I had to stop mid thought. And so I'm thinking 15 minutes might be my prime. But for day 3, we're going to try 25 minutes, which will be in the afternoon, which I won't be able to write in the afternoon on like a daily basis because of work. I would have to do it only on the weekends, but at least it gives me an opportunity to have a writing sprint during the afternoon, since the weekend most would be technically afternoon writing. So from essentially after the morning, so let's say from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., that's a huge chunk of time. So I'm hoping that I write some good words then. So overall, in the 30 minutes, I wrote 688 words, which is not bad by any means. So slowly but surely, I am building my writing stamina up. So we have one more testing out time and day. And then on day 4, I get to choose which one I think works the best. So that will be definitely interesting to see the results. So until then, bye. Hey guys, we are on day 3 of my writing challenge. Today I am doing afternoon, and looking at my plan here, I was supposed to start at 1:30 and it is almost 3. I had lunch and then I started watching a Christmas movie, and right, that takes a lot of time. So here we are now. So I'm actually jumping ahead, and I am going to be working on Act 3. So I've been watching some YouTube videos, and when it talked about revising is kind of do what was it, Brandon McNulty was saying, he called it like the slingshot method for editing, kind of. So it's like you start with the tail end, so you do Act 3, and then once that's all complete, then you go to the Act 2 Part 2, and then go forward, and you keep going forward, right? And so I only have about 2 scenes in Act 3, so I need to actually fill in all the gaps. So that is what I have. So I have a few notes here. And so I have initially my initial outline of what I had. And so I'm just going to, which I know I've already kind of had a driving lesson. And I actually planned it to happen way later in the book. So it's like on chapter 21. And so I already had her initial driving. So I'm going to have to rework things. So I just need to get the ideas out. So I'm just going to write from my original outline, and I could always tweak things, but I just need to get the basics done with that, this is from Derek Murphy. So using essentially like the Act 3, so it's like giving up, prep talk, seasoned sword, ultimate defeat, unexpected victory, and bittersweet reflection. And then I know Anne Sage, she had a plotting kind of series. So hers uses the same way as Abby Emmons. And it's essentially like the reversal, which includes gathering the team, which is similar to, I think, the pep talk on this one. Execute the plan, high tower surprise, dig deep down, then for resolution, it's new plan and final image. So those are what I need to do. I got 25 minutes on the clock. I am using a real timer. It is an apple. It is not a tomato for Pomodoro, but you know, it's close enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my rough outline and just see what I get. If I get something, that's great. And if the story's a mess, that's gonna be the next step. You know, I just gotta get the words down on the paper. So let's do this. Okay, so the timer just dinged and I just set it for 10 minutes. So I'm doing a 10-minute break in between my 25 minutes. I got 483 words, which is, I feel like, decent. I did get kind of within like 10 minutes or so, I was kind of struggling to find words to the story. But with that, I think it was just had to do with not knowing what I was writing. And I think that is something that doing these writing sprints have taught me, is you need to know what you're going to write, or you're going to be wasting so much time, because you could get a lot of words done in like 25 minutes, even the 10 minutes when I was able to hit, I don't know, around 300 or so, 200. So with that, I am going to spend the next 7 minutes or so writing down what I'm going to do for my next scenes. Right now, Millie is meeting with Aunt Ro, and they're at the bakery, the coffee shop that is owned by Jenny, which I don't know if I've ever named what the bakery is. That's something I need to check for book 1 to see if I ever named it. If not, I probably should name it some point, because she has gone there, I think, 3 or 4 times in this book. So I am going to make myself a note to check the name of the bakery or to name it, because I think that's kind of important as it is a reoccurring setting. And it's like, I could picture it like you have windows on the side, tables, like your typical coffee shop that also sells like baked goods and stuff. So, gonna write my scenes and then do another 25-minute writing sprint. Okay, 614 words I did in this last sprint. As you could see, writing out what I was going to type definitely helped. I was able to concentrate. And so taking the 10 minutes break period, that definitely really helped. So for the 50 minutes that I wrote today, I wrote 1,097. So going over here, I have the total words, total minutes. So my average words per minute was 21. So I'm pretty consistent for the last 3 days. So day 1 was 20 words, day 2 was 22 words, and day 3 was 21 words. So I'm assuming day 4 will be something similar, but with that, Gives me a good, I would say, baseline. So I know day 5 is where I get to pick the number of sprints and lengths that I want. Versus day 4 is just choosing of your choice. But I'm trying to think of what time and length I want to do. Okay, so so far 10 minutes seems to be the best. I'm trying to look at the breaks. They did 5 minutes. You know what? What I might do is doing 10-minute breaks. Because I think that 10 minutes really helped kind of like refresh. So I'm going to do 10-minute breaks, and I'm going to try back that 15 because I really want that 15 to work. So I feel like 10 minutes might be a little too short. And how many? Last time I did three, and this was 2. I will do, yeah, so I'll do 2. Oops, I am writing it on the wrong page, but you can't even see it anyways. So I'm going to write that down. So, oops, with that. But thanks for joining me on my day 3 of the writing challenge, figuring out my word count, and the best sprinting time and length, and, on to tomorrow. Hey guys, we are on to day 4 of the writing sprint challenge. So what I'm working on today is, let's see, I'm going to do 2 sprints that are going to be 20 minutes with a 10-minute break in between. So I'm extending my longer break because I really liked that from yesterday, doing the 10-minute break instead of the 5, because I really think you could really think over the next scene that you're going to be writing, or if need be, that could be like where you edit back what you wrote. But I'm not doing that right now because that will be a totally different day as from what I've written in this challenge. I need to go back and actually do a scene review. So that's something I'm learning how to do, is like make my scenes better with like the action reaction kind of 2 parts of it. So with that, let's get into the first sprint. So we are doing 20 minutes and it is 8:15. So I'm going to write that down and let's get writing. Okay, so I have 5 minutes left on my break, and it just came to me how I'm going to connect what I've previously written in Act 3, which is essentially like the final battle. So Millie is going to come face to face with the killer. And with that, I have it kind of mapped out, and so I'm really excited to write this scene, and I'm thinking of like how scenes should be, because everything should be like to like for pacing purposes, you want to kind of leave the reader hanging like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? And I definitely have that scene mapped out because it leaves you hanging. Like she'll find essentially a clue and then you're like, what's going to happen next? And then it'll be like scene break, which is going to be essentially a chapter break. And ooh, I can't wait to write this. So the 20 minutes I wrote 507 words. So that is really good. In comparison to what I wrote for the 25-minute sprints, I did 483 the first time and then 614 the second time. So I'm basically right on there with 5 minutes to spare. So I'm thinking 20 minutes might be my sweet spot. We will see. So now on to writing this next sprint. Okay, and that's a wrap. So I finished my second sprint, and so going over the data, we are at 992 words for the 40 minutes. So that is a 24, almost 25 words per minute. And that by far is the best that I did for this writing challenge. So here is a closer look of what I did. So not too shabby. So there is a day 5, which is essentially, if I could show you, essentially is you're doing the best that came up to be out of these 4, which obviously is the last one here. So doing 20-minute sprints with a 10-minute break. So thanks for watching me do this writing sprint challenge. And now what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is essentially my writing retreat. So I am going to try to finish this book, get it all wrapped up so I can actually do full-on editing. I've definitely made a lot of progress through these writing sprints, and now I'm able to kind of sync over what I've written in Act 3, and just adding 2 more scenes or so, I should be able to finish the whole story arc. And with that, then I need to revise. I know I need to make a lot of changes with that. But so essentially, I think what I'm doing for the writing tree is I'll kind of show more of, I guess, a breakdown of what my real plan is going to be. But I need to finish writing what I have, which... I think actually I'm going to go, it's 9:12 right now. I think I'm going to write another sprint. So I'm going to readjust my timing here to see what a third sprint would be. Since basically I'm still in my 10-minute break right now. And then with that, I'm going to map out my full story arc, get everything down to the nitty gritty, and then I'm going to start revising, which I don't know if that's actually that exciting for a writing retreat. So I might just do a like planning to revise. Maybe that's what I will film and add it to this clip, because I don't really have any new ideas to add because I kind of finished my story finally. It took me about like 9 to 10 months, 9 months to write this draft, which isn't terrible, but I definitely want to get faster with that. So let's finish this writing sprint and then start planning how I'm going to edit this book in essentially a month.